An image featuring small, connected gray squares appears to move right before your eyes. But the figures on the screen are actually static. You see them as shifting because your brain is being tricked by illusionary motion. The image challenges viewers to look past the illusion and stop the moving squares for at least 10 seconds, but this seems to be a skill that not everyone can master. This is because the optical illusion arranges the squares with luminance-based edges that artificially activate motion-detecting neurons in the visual pathways, which leads to our eyes reading the change in light as motion. This optical illusion, along with others, have long captivated the world. But the deceptive pieces have been part of human history for 20,000 years, when prehistoric artists used natural bulges of the rock to add illusory volume and depth in cave drawings of horses and bison. Professor of psychology at Japan's Ritsumeikan University Akayoshi Kitaoka is a known master of optical illusions who has spent more than a decade creating a collection of moving optical illusions. One of these mind-bending images shows how the brain is tricked into thinking a static black hole is expanding. In tests conducted by Norway's University of Oslo's Department of Psychology, 86% of volunteers perceived the central black hole to be expanding, as if moving into a dark environment like a tunnel or falling into a hole. The image is so good at deceiving our brain that it prompts dilation of the pupils, just as it would happen if we were really moving into a dark area. Lead study author Bruno Lang said in a statement, "The circular smear or shadow gradient of the central black hole evokes a marked impression of optic flow, as if the observer were heading forward into a hole or tunnel." The team also looked at Kitaoka's Asahi brightness illusion, which has a central region that looks more luminous than its white background, even though it is the same white everywhere. To test the effectiveness of the new image, the researchers recruited 50 people with healthy vision who were between the ages of 18 and 41 years. All volunteers were shown the Asahi brightness illusion, as well as several variations of it with different colors, for a few seconds on a computer screen. An infrared eye tracker recorded constrictions and dilations of the eye pupils as the different images were being presented, and each participant was asked to rate subjectively how strongly they perceived the illusion. As controls for the study, the participants were also shown scrambled versions of the expanding hole images, with equal luminance and colors, but without any pattern. Optical illusions arrange a series of patterns, images and colors, or play with the way an object is lit in order to trick our brains into thinking something is there, when it is not. When light hits our retina, it takes about 1/10 of a second for our brain to translate that signal into perception, reports Discovery News. Evolutionary neurobiologist Mark Changizi says this neural delay makes our brains generate images of what it thinks the world will look like in 1/10 of a second. The team found that the illusion was most effective when the hole was black. Just 14% of participants did not perceive the illusion in this instance. Meanwhile, a slightly higher percentage did not see the hole if it was in color, 20% for all colors, on average. The study also revealed that black holes promoted strong reflex dilations of the participants' pupils, while colored holes prompted their pupils to constrict. Kitaoka has created several that mimic the gray square illusion that seems to be moving around on the screen, but these appear as if the lines are bending.